Hello everyone, I'm Brian. Today I'm reacting to This Joke Will Crack You Up. Watch till the end. Like always, Gaur does. So anyways, I don't know what the joke is. Obviously I'm going to watch till the end. Let's go ahead and get started.
Times you must have heard it, that money cannot buy happiness. How many of you heard it? Right? है ना? पैसा आपको खुशी
Oh, he said Hannah.
करेक्ट? कितना भी ले लो नहीं आएगा खुशी. ऐसा आएगा ना उड़ उड़ के आएगा तब भी नहीं आएगा खुशी. नहीं आएगा खुशी. Correct? How many of you believe that money actually cannot buy happiness? It can buy you things, but it can't buy happiness. You'll be.
I will say this, it's not necessarily it will not buy you happiness. It will buy you, I will say this, how about this? Will money buy you contentment? Probably not actually, not even that. Security. Money can buy you security, in which at that point then you can be content. Because without money, because you need obviously money because you need to be able to afford food, water, and shelter. Now mind you, back in the day money wasn't really a thing. They did bartering. Just things of value that can get you things cannot buy you happiness. Today's world is based on currency, which is very easy to trade. This bread is worth $2, and if you have $2 you can buy the bread, instead of saying, okay, this bread's $2, this corn is 50 cents, so I need to bring 4 corn to trade for the bread. You know, currency just makes things easier transactions. I will say money will buy you security, not in terms of physical security necessarily, but it can do that, but in security in shelter, security in water, and security in food to a degree. Obviously if there's no good water, you don't, no matter how much money you have, you can't buy it unless you import it, and would allow or facilitate potentially contentment. Don't get me wrong, even if you don't have those 3 things, you can still have contentment, but it just makes it easier, I think. I wonder what he'll say now.
Great. Now how many of you believe but still want more money? Look at that now. All of you guys raised and said, ये हाथ से उठाया, money can't buy happiness, but I want more.
But I am not necessarily buying it for happiness. Although it is going to be part of happiness. Don't get me wrong, like I said in other videos, that it helps with happiness. It doesn't buy happiness, but it helps with happiness.
Isn't it? Isn't that true? With your left hand you say money can't buy happiness. With your right hand say actually चाहिए प्रभु. Oh God. And if you're Marwadi Gujarati, thriller. I'm Marwadi. I used to be. I still am actually. Whoever's Gujarati here is Gujarati. No problem. Marwadi Gujarati are the most amazing communities, doing so much service, contributing, earning and giving. Greatest charity work is done by these 2 communities actually. You know? लेकिन नाम खराब है बेचारों का. And they don't mind being joked at. They never take offense. Others take offense. Marwadi Gujarati बोला और बोलो प्रभु. One Gujarati guy wrote on our Facebook, thank you for making us famous by cracking jokes on us. ऐसा लिखा मेरे को Facebook पे मैं बोला ठीक है और 4 सुनाता हूँ मैं, don't worry. Oh God, can you imagine there was a Marwadi lawyer and a Gujarati doctor. And
I will say I don't know what those words mean. I'm guessing they're groups of people who, well, as he said, do charitable work. But I don't know further context than that, so I don't know, like, I guess their culture or particular style. So hopefully I get the joke.
The Gujarati doctor, poor fellow, he just wouldn't get a job. So he decided to start a clinic. And on top of his clinic he wrote 20 rupees to get any problem solved. If problem is not solved, 100 rupees back.
Jeez.
So Marwadi lawyer passed by. He saw, इसको तो उल्लू बना सकता है अपन आराम से. 20 रुपया बोलता है और बोलता है अगर ट्रीट नहीं होगा तो 100 रुपया वापस देगा. अभी तो 100 निकाल के रहूंगा मैं इससे. So the Marwadi lawyer came and he said to the Gujarati doctor, Sir, I have lost my taste. can you bring it back? So the doctor told his compounder, bring bottle number 22 and put some drops on his tongue. So
Oh god, it's gonna be like awful.
Few drops from bottle number 22 on the tongue of the Marwadi lawyer, and he shouted, "Hey, what is this? This is petrol!" He said, "You gained your taste back. Give me 20 rupees." Give me 20 rupees. So the Marwadi lawyer was like, "Now, man, I have to do something about it now." So the next time he went and went to the doctor. He said to the Gujarati doctor, "Doctor, I'm sorry, but I have lost my memory. Kuch yaad."
He will say that I've solved your problem, 20 rupees. And he says, no, you did it. It's like, there, boom, solved.
Can you treat, please? So the doctor told the compounder, "Can you bring bottle number 22 and put a few drops?" He said, "That's petrol." Doctor said, "Memory back. Give 20 rupees."
Oh, almost got it.
Your memory is back. Now pay back 20 rupees. The third time this Marwadi lawyer said, "Now I have to crack this guy, you know." He went again to the doctor and said, "Doctor, I've lost my eyesight."
He's gonna say, he's gonna ask, okay, let me see if I can get it this time. He's gonna ask for that bottle, and it's gonna have 22 on it, and he's gonna pretend like he's hiding it. Well, not maybe pretend, like he's gonna clearly see it. It's like, no, that's petrol. Maybe.
"Can you bring my eyesight back?" He said, "That's the only problem we cannot cure." So I told the compounder, 100 रुपया दे उसको. So compounder ने 20 ही दिया. तो बोला 20 रुपया, बोला eyesight मिला ना, चल 100 रुपया वापस दे. I'll tell you.
Oh my god.
Smart guys, you know. The Gujjus bet the Marus. But with all the money we may get, whichever way, jokes apart, we can buy so much stuff, and all the stuff that we have has utility value, not happiness value.
Yes.
A laptop has utility value. A phone has utility value. A car has utility value. A house has utility value. Clothes have utility value. Don't ascribe happiness value to something that only has utility value. Utility है भगवान की दया से बड़ी गाड़ी मिले चला लो, लेकिन उसमें सुख मत ढूंढो ना. सुख कहाँ से मिलेगा? उसमें है ही नहीं. उसका तो काम करने के लिए बना है. गाड़ी सुख के लिए थोड़ी बनी है, वो तो ट्रैवल करने के लिए बनी है. अच्छी है, स्टेटस बन गया, भगवान की दया से बड़ी मिल गई, ले लो, कौन मना कर रहा है? लेकिन उसमें सुख ढूंढना, हाय हाय. But we all have these desires, and we all keep fulfilling these desires. In your early 20s till late, as in this 20s, you have this wrong concept of happiness. Let me work hard, let me get all the money, let me buy all of that stuff, let me get all the phones, let me have those palaces, let me have my dream house, let me have my dream car, and I'll be happy.
Oh wow. You know, I just actually watched another YouTuber react to rappers that went broke. And my god, they bought like mansions and cars and all that, and it all went broke. And you know, well, that's for all the money, and he's talking about all these things. I mean, just him buying all this stuff, and that's what brought back. I literally just watched that video, not on this channel. I didn't react to it. I watched someone else react to that. But yeah, absolutely right. And he's saying how don't look at utilities as ways of making you happy. I mean, we do get some happiness when we buy something new because it's like, oh, so new and like all fancy and everything, you know, it just came out. But then that happiness goes away because it's not genuine, it's not true happiness. But yet we aspire happiness to objects. It's kind of funny. I understood that, you know, money can't buy happiness. It helps, but it doesn't buy genuinely true happiness. And then when we buy like brand new phones or brand new cars or brand new houses or brand new palaces or brand new countries or whatever it is, you know, it only lasts for so long. And again, it's something Swami Sarvarpiyananda talks about the three scientist things, where one is like buying stuff for yourself. It's just a very small happiness that lasts for just a few days or months, and then after that's gone. Then working can bring you happiness, or doing something for yourself will bring you happiness. And then the third part is doing something for someone else, which this will bring you happiness for a lot longer time than this, but doing things for other people gets you a greater, longer lasting happiness. Then Swami Sarvarpiyananda talks about the fourth one, the Turiya, which brings you ultimate happiness, unlimited happiness.
You dream. All 20-year-olds between 20 and 30 are dreamers. And there's nothing wrong with dreaming. There's nothing wrong with earning. And there's nothing wrong with having. But to dream that this is what will make you happy, I'm sorry to say, I'm just saying, don't make the mistake of equating your happiness with something that only has utility value.
And that is so much like developed areas. I want to start saying that, but it's still mostly in Western areas, because it's most areas in the Western world is developed for the most part, but there are still some that are not. But even then, they still have this problem, which is a little strange. Even in my original country, which is not a first world nation or not a developed nation at all, there is developed cities in there, but even in the poorer parts, this is starting to grow, this happiness in objects, cell phones being one, because I mean everyone in my birth country has cell phones. It's kind of crazy, even though they're poor. And I haven't been there in a while, but I think they do aspire some value to their cell phones. But yeah, in the developed areas, in the bigger metropolitan cities, basically the capital of the country, is very much where the major ports is, the major airports, international airports, and international shipments and stuff. And it's starting to grow there, I'm sure, because it's it's developed. And last time I was there, it was developing a lot. There's a lot of construction going on. So let me know, in your country, do you think that's pretty true in developed areas as opposed to, say, non-developed areas or developing areas? Because I just want to kind of see if that's a fairly true statement to say, that in developed areas there's a higher value to utility items as ways of providing happiness. Like they have to have the latest iPhone, or they have to have the latest purses, or most expensive purses, or most expensive t-shirts. $5. I'm not wearing the dollar one. It's not that cold yet. Oh wow, is that pausing the... Okay. So yeah, let me know. Do you see this happening in, say, developing areas that are getting, like, where you start seeing like easy access to a lot of things versus areas that don't have easy access? I'm trying to think in my area, or where I was born and where I grew up. I mean, it's starting to grow there. It's starting to develop in those areas, and I will say there is a growth in valuing happiness in terms of external objects, but not so much. It's still quite poor, and they don't have a lot of things there. But in the developed areas in that country, my birth country, I do see a lot of development there, and I'm not quite sure, because I don't really live in metropolitan areas, so I can't really say for sure, but I wouldn't doubt it. So let me know in your country. You can just say the country that you're in, and just say in developed areas, yes, it's been growing, or in developed areas, no, not really. Just let me know. I'm kind of curious as to see how accurate that blanket statement is, because it's very much so in America for the most part. Not everyone obviously in developed areas are going to be like that, but you can say it and it'll be generally true. Anyways, that's my reaction to this. Joke will crack you up. Watch till the end. Gaur does. Dude's pretty good. I love his life lessons. They're quite funny and informative, even though in some cases it's not a personal story, but a very wise story. If you like my content, please consider subscribing. Thumbs up, thumbs down below. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next vid.